Welcome, Fast Company Middle East. It's a big pleasure to have you here today to present to you the all-new amazing Mercedes-Benz CLA. The Mercedes-Benz CLA is a car that is loved by many of customers who are really into design and to want to be seen with a car with an expressive, sporty exterior. So since the very first generation of the CLA in 2013, it was our mission to have a car that is loved by the customers for its design and for its sporty appearance. This has been carried over to the second generation, and now here behind me, it is the all-new third generation of the new Mercedes-Benz CLA. So for us, it was important to retain something, to be precise. So it was important for us to keep this design language. This has not been changed. What we have changed is the size of the car. So the car grew by 3 centimeters, but the wheelbase does by 6 because we want to add some extra practicality to the car, especially in the second seat row. And by stretching out the wheelbase, we have more space for the customers in the rear of the vehicle. We really want to show a new Mercedes-Benz entry-level vehicle like the CLA that goes a bit back to the Mercedes-Benz core values. So it is a showcase of craftsmanship, of very exclusive, very good-looking and yet very sustainable materials in and outside of the car. So when we look inside later, you'll see what I was talking about, all the bits and pieces that really look like true Mercedes-Benz. It is enhancing the experience a lot, because we have changed the overall cockpit design. So we've brought down from higher segments our new MBUX Superscreen with 3 displays. We have a driver display, 10.25 inch as standard, and also a center display with 14 inch as standard. And then we have the optional co-driver display. In all, it really goes together in a perfect, smooth surface. It's not just the navigation that is new, it is the entire interaction between the car and the driver. We have a new virtual assistant that is enhanced by AI and that can sense your mood and act accordingly. We have brought third-party apps onto the co-driver screen that you can enjoy your own music and video content, and you can even connect a game controller to the car to play video games while the car is driving, as long as you are the co-driver, of course. So it's not just Angry Birds or Fruit Slice Frenzy. We also have actual racing games here installed on the car, and you can play the race while the car is driven on the highway. So we have kept the overall design because it is very important for us and the customers. But we have changed the face of the car. We really gave the car a unique, unmistakable face. We have now a grille with 142 individually animated stars, and in the middle there's an illuminated Mercedes star as well. And in conjunction with the optional multi-beam headlamps, it is really the CLA face. So when you are driving down the motorway and you see this face coming up in your rearview mirror, you know there's a CLA coming, I better make some space. And speaking about the sideline of the new CLA, we really wanted to keep the overall silhouette. So this is the classic CLA shape, has been loved since the very first generation and had to be carried over into the new CLA. And speaking about the rear, of course, we all know how sporty CLAs look with very broad shoulders, and that of course we also kept for the new generation. So we also changed the interior design of the new CLA. We brought down certain elements from higher vehicle segments. For example, the 2-tier center console with the large storage pack underneath and the smaller storage space on top, also available in conjunction with the wireless charging surface. We have a newly arranged trim part that is very large. We also brought it to the doors. Speaking about doors, we really enhanced the look and feel. We have a free-floating door panel with indirect ambient lighting, as well as trim parts in the front doors and the rear doors. We also want to give the CLA a new piece of practicality. That's why we changed the roof of the car. We have a glass surface as standard on every single CLA from A to D pillar without any obstruction, no center beam. And we also left out the roll-up blind for a good reason, because we came up with a new idea with a new foil to keep the sun and the heat out, but to gain some extra space in terms of headroom. The front passengers can benefit from extra 16 millimeters, whereas the rear passengers get 28 millimeters of more headroom. So that's really more practical than any CLA before. When it comes to Mercedes-Benz customers, they want to have a car that is easy to use, almost effortless, not to worry about anything. And with the new electric CLA, we have brought up a car that is very convincing in every dimension. It can drive up to 792 kilometers of range with a very low consumption. And this makes charging stop a very rare occasion, shortening overall traveling time. So driving the electric CLA is, in comparison to a combustion engine, the very same effort, so almost effortless. Also, our CLA customers usually are very interested into telematics, digitization, bringing their own devices to the car. And the new CLA with MBUS is the perfect match to those demands. You can just jump in and have the same experience as you have with your smartphone at home. The new CLA is based on the MMA platform, Mercedes-Benz modular architecture. That's the first platform that's designed from scratch to fully contribute to our Ambition 2039. And this means the new electric CLA has a 40% reduced CO2 emission along the value chain in comparison to the predecessor. We also try to bring a lot of recycled materials into the car, also visible to the customer. And in terms of production, we also have an extensive share of green energy for our aluminum production. I can say that the new CLA that is based on the MMA platform, Mercedes modular architecture, has been designed from scratch for the very first time to fully contribute to our Ambition 39. And this can be valued by the emission of CO2. Actually, the electric CLA has 40% less CO2 emission along the value chain in comparison to its non-electric predecessor. We also have a substantial share of green energy when it comes to aluminum production, and we try to bring as many recycled, sustainable materials into the interior of the car that the customer can actually see and touch.